A lot of people still remember the fact that they could go to the grocery store and get everything they needed for under $100. And now that's probably going to cost $250 or more. Cumulative inflation is up over 20% over this time. Gas is up over 50% over that time. But they want to gaslight you into thinking, hey, things are coming back down. All is good. All right, top story of the day. This drives me absolutely insane. Sticker shock at the pump as gas prices are up over 50% since Biden took office. The White House is trying to pull the wool over the eyes by touting price drops as gas prices soar. Look, we all know this. We've all experienced this. We've all seen it, right? Yes, the inflation number has peaked. The percent change in prices going up has peaked and has come down, but that doesn't mean prices have come down, right? Overall prices are still up quite a lot. And in fact, like they're talking about in the story here, gas prices are up over 50%. And a lot of people still remember what they cost in 2019. A lot of people still remember the fact that they could go to the grocery store and get everything they needed for under $100. And now that's probably going to cost $250 or more. Cumulative inflation is up over 20% over this time. And gas is up over 50% over that time. But they want to gaslight you into thinking, hey, things are coming back down. All is good. Rising gas prices under President Biden's watch have led some Americans to face painful and ridiculous receipts at the pump. There's no saving. Adding that the cost to his bottom line, gas prices have to go back down in order for everybody to really maintain. Paychecks are not rising. It takes 2 or 3 checks to cover all the bills instead of just one. That's the scary part, right? Inflation's hitting everybody, but wage inflation is not happening. I'll never forget the day. This was ages ago, back when gas prices hit their highs. I don't remember what year that was. Must have been 2011, 2013, something like that. My wife, at the time, she had a Lincoln Navigator with a 33-gallon gas tank. And it was like $120 to fill that up. And it was probably costing you that much today. But I just remember thinking, geez Louise, I couldn't imagine how people are able to afford this. $120 to fill up your tank. Man, I'll tell you what. And listen, I am a Tesla fanboy. So before you go typing in the comments, oh, I'm a Tesla fanboy. Yeah, I am. I own a Tesla Model Y Performance. It's freaking amazing. It costs $8. $8 to fill it up empty to full. So those EVs, they might start getting a little bit more enticing to people when they're paying $120 to fill up their tank of gas. One Virginia woman said she's used to the high costs. Hey, you know what? This is just my life now. I don't really feel it, honestly. Nobody wants to pay that much for it, but we all need it. It's kind of like gravity, right? You don't feel gravity just because you can't do anything about it. It's just there. You're just going to live with it. On Wednesday, gas prices were up over 50% higher than when Biden was inaugurated, according to AAA, right? There's no right-wing news outlet making this up. It's just AAA. The national average for a gallon of gas was $3.62, up from $2.39 on January 20th, 2021, when the president was sworn in. That's more money out of the pocket than I can be spending on groceries and other everyday items that I need. You definitely feel it. And this is what I've been talking about for ages, right? You can go back to so many videos. Credit cards are hitting all-time highs, it seems like every single day, credit card total balances. And that's because people are having this exact situation, right? That's money they need to spend on groceries. That's money they need to spend on childcare, money they need to spend on something. Yet they're having to pay for their gas, with debt. They're running up the credit card. A Florida man said he can afford the price. A Florida man said he can afford the price surges, but knows that many families are struggling. The cost of filling up his Chevrolet Suburban drives me absolutely insane. I do fairly well in business, and I feel for all the people who are trying to make ends meet. I can make it work, though it's painful. I don't know how the young family of 4 gets along, not just with this inflation, but with all inflation. Inflation has cooled from its high in June 2022, but has remained persistent, with prices climbing 3.5% year over year in March. And so that was a big surprise last week when that came out, was like the inflation has not bottomed. It's actually starting to creep back up. And on March 11th, the White House said costs have fallen for everyday purchases from a gallon of gas to a gallon of milk. No, they freaking have not. The costs have not come down. That is pure lies. Unadulterated, incorrect, absolute lies to your face because they want your votes. The costs have not come down. The percentage increase has slowed, but it's still a percentage increase. It's like pushing on the gas and then letting off the gas. You're still going down the highway and accelerating. You're just not accelerating as fast. Prices have not come down. Do not let them gaslight you into thinking that things are getting better, because they're not. Not yet, at least. But let's go take a look at ExxonMobil, right? ExxonMobil is probably doing really well with the price of gas going up 50% since Biden took office. And if we zoom in here in Outlier, we can see we got a buy signal on December 21st, and it has really taken off since then. Buy signal came around $101. We're up to 121 right now. So we're up about 20% or so as of this particular signal. And looking over time, Outlier has shown a 130% return on ExxonMobil. So this is definitely something to keep in mind, right? If you're an investor, maybe looking into oil and gas companies, maybe looking into the oil and gas sector might be a fruitful operation for you. And I would absolutely check out outlier.com. That's OVTLYR.com. So you can get access to all of these AI trading signals that we see on the screen right here. See why outliers win. Now let's go take a look at what the internet has to say about this, right? This is coming from Governor Greg Abbott from the great state of Texas. Gas prices hit a 6-month high, spiking more than 50% under Joe Biden. Biden's war on American energy has left Americans with higher prices at the pump. Texas oil and gas is a key to restoring America's energy independence and lowering the price at the pump. Absolutely. Greatest country in the world. If you know Texas history, then you know what I mean by that. If he's conducting a war on energy, Biden's losing badly. The U.S. now produces more oil than any country in history. What do you propose? More drilling? Well, if we produce more oil than any country in history, why is our price up 50%? Right. You know that Trump now has made 2 deals with the Saudis to cut back oil production. Biden tried to mitigate the first one by utilizing the strategic reserve. It's not an option for the second one. And what's with the largest refinery in the U.S. being sold to Saudis? I have no idea. You've been champion price gouging by oil companies. Spare me. This person taking their opinions out on Governor Abbott, right? And it's only going to get worse. I miss the days of energy independence under Trump. I think we all do. And it's not just about Trump. It's the fact that we have so much oil here in America, more than the rest of the world combined or something crazy like that. I don't actually know the stats. But the fact is, like, we shouldn't be paying this much for oil. We really shouldn't. And oil and gas and groceries and everything else. Inflation's out of control. It's not getting better yet. It's actually getting a little bit worse. But what are we going to do about it? Right? We need the politicians in charge to step up and make some things happen. So be sure to click one of the 2 videos that YouTube's showing you right now. It thinks you're going to love those and continue to watch more. Thank you so much for tuning in today's Outlier Live. I'll see you on the next episode.